Hello, akkam jirtu barattoota nagaa keessanii gaaffilee 21 hanga 40 qormaata intiraansii barnoota histirii irratti dhiyaatan isiniif qabadhee dhufeera. Isinis ana waliin qayyabachuudhaan qophii barnoota keessanii irratti akka taasistan gamanumaan isin affeera. Question number 21. Which one of the following is a primary source for historians? Kanneen armaan gadii keessaa kamtu madda seenaa jalqabaati? A. History books. B. Oral traditions. C. Novels. D. Eyewitness accounts. Question number 22. In which of the following pairs of archaeological sites in Ethiopia did specifically come across hominid remains homo? Ethiopia keessatti iddoowwan archaeologii lamaan armaan gadii keessaa kamtu addatti iddoo argama hominid homo ta'ee hafe? A. The Awash and Omo valleys. B. The Malka, Kundre and Aksum Valley. C. Aksum and the Awash Valley. D. Aksum and the Awash Valley. Question number 23. Which of the following early states in the Horn of Africa is found in the Egyptian document? Mootummoota jalqabaa gaafa Afrikaa kanneen armaan gadii keessaa kamtu sanadoota Misrii keessatti argama? A. Arabiat. B. Damat. C. Punt. D. Zagwe. Primary sources are original, first-hand accounts or evidences from the past. History books are secondary sources which are written after the fact by others, whereas oral traditions are also secondary if passed down over generation without first-hand experience. Novels are fictional or interpretive, not factual first-hand sources, but eyewitness account is primary data source for historians. So, the correct answer is D. Awash and the Omo valleys are the key paleoanthropological sites where early Homo species fossils were found. But Melka Kunture and the Aksum valleys are not. Melka Kunture is valid, but Aksum is historical, not paleoanthropological. So, A is the correct answer for question number 22. Punt is one of the earliest Horn African states that documented in Egypt, but the others are not mentioned in Egyptian documents. So, C is the correct answer for question number 23. Question number 24. Where is the origin of ancient Chinese civilization? Ka'umsi qaroomina China durii eessaa eegale? A. Yellow River. B. Wangho Valley. C. Yangtze Valley. D. Tigris River. Question number 25. Which of the following achievements did ancient civilization of Egypt, Mesopotamia, and China have in common? Bu'aa qaroomina durii keessatti Gibt, Mesopotamia fi Chainaan kan waliin qaban kanneen armaan gadii keessaa kami? A. Sailed by religious leaders. B. Construction of huge tombs. C. Development of writing system. D. Forming peaceful relations with neighbors. Let me give you a second. Good. Wangho Valley is known as a yellow river. It is the earliest Chinese civilization emerged area. But Yangtze Valley is not the origin. Tigris River is located in Mesopotamia, not in China. Yellow River and Wangho Valleys are the same as. Two of them can be the answer. So, A is the correct answer. Even B can be the answer for question number 24. Qaroominni Egypt, Mesopotamia fi Chainaadhaan isaan fakkeessu sirna barreeffamaa qabaachuu isaaniiti. Here, Egypt, Mesopotamia, and China all developed unique early script, hieroglyphics, cuneiform, and Chinese characters. So they commonly have development of writing system. Question number 26. Which of the following is true about Christianity in Aksum? Waa'ee Kiristaanummaa Aksum ilaalchise kanneen armaan gadii keessaa kamtu dhugaadha? A. It suffered a lot of attack and persecution by the state. B. It spread rapidly after it became a state religion. C. It led to the weakening of the power of the kings. D. It was introduced by Egyptian missionaries and monks. Question number 27. Which of the following practices did Islam inherit from pre-Islamic Arab communities? Gochaalee armaan gadii keessaa Islaamummaan hawaasa Arabaa Islaamummaa duraa irraa kan dhaale isa kami? A. Peaceful relations with neighbors. B. Separation of religion and state. C. The system of counting time. D. Respect for Kaaba. Let me give you 5 seconds. Good. In Aksum, Christianity spreads rapidly after it became a state religion. But A, C, D are not the answer. So, B is the answer for question number 26. Kaaba was sacred even before Islam. So, the practice did Islam inherit from pre-Islamic Arab was respect for Kaaba. Here, D is the correct answer. Question number 28. What was the major political problem that weakened the Zagwe dynasty? Rakkoon siyaasa guddaan sirna mootummaa Zagwe dadhabse maali? A. Conflict over succession to the throne. B. Divergement among the people they ruled. C. Competition from outside forces. D. Opposition from the priesthood. Question number 29. Why did the Christian kingdom adopt the guild system after the restoration? Mootummaan kiristaanaa erga deebi'ee ijaaramee booda sirna yakkaa kan fudhate maaliif? A. It helped to address the challenges came from the barest. B. Effectively administers the late territories. C. Shows the rewrite of the Agao people. D. Administers land for more production. 5 seconds are given to you. Power struggles and unclear succession led to the instability. So, conflict over succession to the throne weakened the Zagwe dynasty politically. As a result, A is the correct answer for question number 28. Guilds or crafts, which is the trade groups, helped manage and organize to effectively administer the late territories. The Christian kingdom adopted the guild system after the restoration. B is the correct answer. Number 30. What was the nature of relation between Muslim Sultanate and other entities in the same time Ethiopia in the revival parade? Bara revivalii Itoophiyaatti hariiroon sultaana musliimaa fi qaamolee biroo gidduu jiru maal fakkaata ture? A. Commercial in nature. B. Competition and conflict. C. Military alliance over. D. Weak and insignificant others. Question number 31. What was the main cause of the 1977-78 war between Somalia and Ethiopia? Bara 1977-78 tti sababni lola Somalia fi Ethiopia gidduutti uumame maal ture? A. Conflict over the desire by both to annex Djibouti. B. Disagreements over their common boundary. C. The weakness of the Ethiopian politics at the time. D. Somalis' irredentist claims over the Ogaden. 5 seconds. The historical war between Christian kings and Muslim sultanates was a competition and a conflict. So, B is the correct answer for question number 30. The main cause of 1977-78 war between Somalia and Ethiopia was Somali's irredentist claims over the Ogaden, because Somalia aimed to unify all Somali inhabited regions, including Ogaden. For this reason, D is the correct answer for question number 31. Question number 32. What was the political situation in the French colonies of West Africa after 1945? Haalli siyaasa kolonii Faransaay Afrikaa dhihaa keessatti bara 1945 booda ture maal fakkaata? A. The Africans called for conditional independence. B. The French opposed local participation in government. C. West African nationalists demanded full independence. D. The French promised conditional independence. Question number 33. What is clearly indicates the worst economic performance in post-independence of Africa? Walabummaa Afrikaa booda raawwii dinagdee hamaa ta'e ifatti kan agarsiise maal ture? A. That many countries were unable to solve food crisis. B. That many countries were in the debt of the West. C. That many countries produced cash crop ordered by Europe. D. That the industrial sectors in many countries was small. West African nationalists demanded full independence due to strong decolonization movements rose post-Second World War. So, C is the correct answer for question number 32. Many countries were unable to solve food crisis because food insecurity is the most serious sign of economic failure. So, A is the correct answer. Here, B, C, D are not the answer for question number 33 because debt is a symptom, not the worst indicator. Cash crop focus is true, but less severe than food crisis. Even small industry is common, but again it is the secondary one than that of many countries were unable to solve food crisis. Question number 34. What was the most important factor that brought about success in the fight against apartheid in South Africa? Sirna apartheidii ofirraa qolachuuf qabsoo Afrikaa kibbaatti godhame keessatti wanti guddaan milkaa'ina fide maal ture? A. The people's armed struggle and huge external support. B. Principle used on condemnation by the United Nations. C. Demonstrations against apartheid by the Security Council. D. Change of mind by the Constitution's last talk on boots. Question number 35. Where did the first imputes for Pan-African come from? Kaka'umsi jalqaba Pan-Africa eessaa dhufe? A. American and West African. B. Northern and Western Africa. C. The Americas and the Caribbean. D. Eastern and Northwestern Africa. Internal resistance and international sanction and pressure causes success in the fight against apartheid in South Africa. So, internally, peoples are armed struggles and external supports were there. So, A is the correct answer for question number 34. Black intellectuals like William E. Burgess started Pan-African Congresses. So, the Pan-Africanism come from the American and the Caribbean. C is the correct answer. Number 36. What was the common feature of the Ethiopian elections after the 1995 Constitution? Heera mootummaa bara 1995 booda filannoo Itoophiyaa keessatti wanti waloo maal fakkaata ture? Walumaa galatti filannoon kun A. Opposition parties managed to weak in the capital. B. Ruling party managed to forming a government. C. Rising party won all the seats of the parliament. D. Political parties was small in number. Question number 37. Which of the following is true about Ethiopia's participation in international peacekeeping operation? Hirmaannaa Itoophiyaan hojii nagaa eegsisuu idil addunyaa irratti qabdu kan armaan gadii keessaa kamtu dhugaadha? A. It was confined to fight against terrorism. B. It was concentrated more in Trosan. C. It was done for the safeguarding the Red Sea. D. It was limited to neighboring countries. Ruling party managed to form a government is the correct answer because the EPRDF and its successors consistently dominated. So, the ruling party managed to forming a government is the correct answer B. Ethiopia's role in peacekeeping was concentrated more in Trosan, or assuming Trosan is a typo and refers to troop contributing regions like Horn of Africa. So, B is the correct answer. Question number 38. What is the major factor that limits the use of indigenous knowledge system to solve current problems? Rakkoowwan yeroo ammaa furuuf sababootni itti fayyadama beekumsa biyya keessaa daangessan maal fa'a? A. Monopolized by a few people. B. Outdated and mostly irrelevant. C. Was undemocratic and discriminatory. D. Lacks proper documentation and study. Question number 39. One can confidently claim that the indigenous knowledge is assets. Namni tokko beekumsa biyya keessaa qabeenyadha jedhee ofitti amanamummaadhaan himachuu danda'a. A. Is modern idea and up to date. B. Is a unique knowledge of our culture. C. Is very limited in its development. What limits the indigenous knowledge to use today is lack of proper documentation and study. Reason: it is often passed orally and not formalized. So, D is the correct answer. One can confidently claim that the indigenous knowledge is asset. Why? Because it is a unique knowledge of our culture. B is the correct answer for question number 39. Why it is said to be knowledge of our culture? Because it reflects local wisdom and solutions. Question number 40. In what way did the Arab world repay the Muslim made top freely? A. With the first masjid ever built was Masjid al-Nur. B. For the most decorated masjid by Aksum Mosque. C. Were the most decorated mosaics. D. Was the most decorated recited by Aksum mosques. The question wanted to mean Arab respect to early Muslim migrants to Abyssinia. So, was the most decorated recited by Aksum mosques. The Arab world appreciates the safe haven Ethiopia gave. So, D is the correct answer. Chaanalii keessan Geolesson 17 Tube waan daawwattaniif galatooma. Geolesson 17 Tube chaanalaachun sila gobanyaachuu amasagganaalla. Geolesson 17 Tube chaanalii milkoomina egeree dhalootaaf dhimmu.